Welcome back to Political Paradigm, coming to you live from Channels TV studios here in the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm joined now by the Palestinian ambassador to Nigeria, His Excellency Ambassador Abdallah Shawish, to speak on the Israel-Hamas situation. Welcome to Political Paradigm.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. I think we'll begin with the breaking news from earlier today that by Wednesday, President Joe Biden would be in Israel to discuss possible escalation or otherwise. I would like to ask you straight up, what do you expect from that meeting? Yes, the US supports Israel in this war, but are you especially hopeful that this conversation of a possible de-escalation of the situation would happen when President Biden goes to the US, especially considering the fact that we hear that it is to develop a Gaza aid plan?
Thank you so much again for having me today. Indeed, before I start, I should lighten two very important points because, again, wording have a meaning. You start, before you go to, you want to break, you mentioned that after the break we will shed light on Israeli-Hamas war, which is not true at all. This is the Israeli-Palestine, the Israeli war against the Palestinian people. This is a new battle, a new chapter of the war. This war was started 106 years ago when the United Kingdom at that time, which had the mandatory authority over the historical land of Palestine, issued the notorious declaration which called Balfour Declaration. Seems that no one is knowing about this issue. This is a very historical issue, but this is very essential. This is the root of the issue. At that time, United Kingdom, whom have nothing, no authority, did not own our homeland, our historical land, offer it, pledge it to the Jewish people. This is the essence. This is the root of the issue. From there, we should start discussing the issue. Then, starting by the mid of 1940, the Jewish gangs, military gangs, the fanatic people at that time, conducted till the 1948 more than 52 massacres against the Palestinian people. And finally, by 1948, they succeeded, unfortunately, to uprooted us. The majority of Palestinian people was ethnically cleansed in 1948. No one knows this information. This is the essence of the war. And we became a refugee. They built their state, which is Israel, in 78% of the historical land of Palestine. 1967, they occupied the remaining part of Palestine, which is the 22%. And we all, the whole entire historical land of Palestine, beside the Syrian Golan Heights and Egyptian Sinai Peninsula, became under their occupation. This is the essence. But when to start just measuring the issue as if it is, we woke up just last Saturday and everything, when we went to bed last Friday, everything was okay. It's not true. Last Friday, just 24 hours before the last escalation, 7 Palestinians was slain. No one, this does not make a news in your screen or any other screen. This is not against you. Since the beginning of this year, only since the beginning of this year, 252 Palestinians till the last Friday, 252 Palestinians was killed. And again, this because they are Palestinian, subhuman, so they did not make a news. And this is the first issue. So when we want to put a topic sentence or a title, this is a war launched already long time ago from or by Israel against the Palestinian people. This is a battle. This is a new chapter of this war, but the war is already there long time ago. Back to your question.
No, just a second.
Okay.
Before you go to the question, let's address what you said started a long time ago.
106 years.
It's understandable, the Balfour Agreement, Israel pulling out.
No, it's not agreement. It's the because agreement again.
It wasn't an agreement?
No, it's not agreement. Please, it's a declaration. They declared, they whom did not own our land, declared and pledged our historical land to the Jewish people. No, it's an agreement. Again, wording have a meaning. Everything, because we are in a very critical time. I could not I could not allow any word to go like this. It's not agreement.
What was Palestine's position on that declaration?
We did not have that. We are under the British mandate at that time. Likewise, I will not go to name, but many other countries around the world, around the world. I mean, after the World War I, the whole entire South was divided. This piece for United Kingdom, this piece for X, this piece for Y. So unfortunately, for our very bad luck as a Palestinian, we fall under the British mandate at that time.
So if we tie back, around the world, there are countries that have a reason to go to war with each other because of history. But if we ignore that and look at what is happening now, which is the Israel-Hamas war, I know you say that this is an Israel-Palestinian war, but the Israelis have repeatedly said that they have nothing against the Palestinians. It is just Hamas. You do not agree with that?
Absolutely, I cannot agree because I'm a refugee. If he did not have anything against me, why he did not allow me while I'm still, my late father, we still, as Abu Shawish family, still holding our official document that this is our land. Why they did not allow us? It's only less than 40 kilometers from our home in Gaza. We are refugee in Gaza. If he did not have anything against the Palestinians, why all of those innocent people whom is killing in every slaughtering, not killing. This is a genocide. More than 2,000 kids or child and women was slaughtered, killed by using the white phosphor. If he did not have any issue against the Palestinians, why he killed them? And if it is a war against Hamas in Gaza, since the beginning of this escalation, 57, I think, 56, I'm not pretty sure about the number, killed in West Bank. Please tell me how it come. They're gonna justify everything all the time. The Israeli propaganda is cornering us. If you are resisting them with a military means, this means that you are terrorists. If you're resisting them, like was we in the Palestinian Liberation Organization, like was President Abbas, if you're resisting them by the legal international too, by raising just the issue of the international law. If you're resisting them by the diplomatic tool, they describing President Abbas as a terrorist diplomat. If you in personal, Terry, if you try to criticize the Israeli occupation, you will be classified as anti-Semite. If you criticize, if you are Jew, and there is tens of thousands of Jews who is supporting us. If you are a Jew and you raise your voice loud and clear against their occupation, you are a hate self-Jew. So the classification is there. If it is not Hamas, then you. If it is not me, then he. The question is this the right issue as an international community, or the Israeli source? Is it the regular source to take our information from?
Let me ask you a question. You clearly do not agree that this war started a couple of weeks ago.
106,000 years, one word, loud and
Beyond
clear.
history, what is responsible for this particular war?
No, please. History. All of you want us to ground the history. This is old history. They came to occupy Palestine, to expel us.
But Israel pulled out of Gaza.
According to their history, they believe that they are 3,000 years ago, they were here. And we're not going to criticize, but they have the right to back to 3,000 years ago, and we did not have the right to go just 100, which is history written. No one know about this issue. They wrote this history. The issue is, the Balfour Declaration is there. Just Google it. The question is, do we have the right to go to this declaration, or just 106 years ago? 106 years. But they had the right to go 3,000, 4,000, 2,000, many thousand years ago. Come on.
So let me ask you, what is Palestinians' demand?
Go ahead.
What is your demand as it stands now?
International law, one word. One word.
For humanitarian?
No, I'm going to repeat myself. One word, one tongue, one song. We, the Palestinians, have one word, one tongue, one song. International law. Applicability of the international law. Is it fair or not fair? You, in person, when I say...
The law does exist.
Is it fair or not
totally
fair?
understand that the law does exist. But where do you
that.
want that law to be implemented? Because there is a war going on. And Israel has said it is not open to a truce at this moment, has insisted that it must...
Why it was not open 2 weeks ago?
It still insists that it is not open to a truce. Israel says it is not open to a truce. Is Palestine open to a truce?
Open what?
To a truce.
We open it?
Are you open to it? Would you be ready to end this war?
I already took you in a short in a short tour in our history, and I told you they uprooted us from our historical land. We still, as a Palestinian, have the official document in their archive. Still, all the land, all the property that they own it right now, it is they manage it by a law called they have their own law because they did not own it. When they established State of Israel, they found themselves that have all of these property, all of this land, and all. So how to do? They create a new law just to manage this. This is our and we, as a Palestinian, as a BLO, Chairman Arafat, accept to build our state in only 22% of our historical land. Are we ready or not? President Abbas, the current president, the chairman of the BLO, he by himself, he is the man who signed the Oslo Accord with them. He's demanding every single time, demanding, and we're gonna ask, we're gonna hear you, you're gonna hear us all the time saying, negotiation table. We are ready now. The African Union, can involve in this issue. All the African leaders know that the Palestinian is the one who is ready. The Israeli is not ready and will not be ready.
When you go to the negotiation table, what do you want?
International law, the applicability of international law, the applicability of the UN resolution. Israel created by one UN resolution called 181. Google it again.
Okay.
The applicability of this resolution, is it acceptable? Because in this resolution, the historical land of Palestine was divided between us as a Palestinian, the indigenous people, the owner of 94% of the land at that time. It was divided. Our historical land was divided with the Jews. We are not able to apply this resolution. Is it acceptable to apply this resolution? Is it acceptable to apply resolution 194? And this resolution, very important resolution for the Palestinians, 242. Any resolution, all the UN resolution, we are ready to apply it.
So let's talk about what is as it is, which is there's an ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. You say it's with Palestine.
Okay.
I will quote you. You say it's with, because I know that the Israeli ambassador had said that the war is strictly with Hamas, but you insist otherwise.
The Israeli ambassador not only said that. The Israeli ambassador distributed a lot of propaganda. The Israeli ambassador, and I watched him carefully, mentioned that 40 babies was beheaded. And some women got forbidden has been raped, which is not true. Not true. It's not proven. This is the only one who mentioned that and started that some of the Israeli soldiers. But it is not proven. And if it is proven, and I'm pretty sure, I'm here in Nigeria, and come to me anytime. You can access to me anytime. To tell me, Your Excellency, it is proven that the Palestinian cut the head of the baby. It's not true at all. Even the White House, even Joe Biden himself, the President of the United States, was repeated this after the Benjamin Netanyahu recorded and taped phone call with him. He mentioned that. Netanyahu, he distributed this lies. And President Biden repeated it. Then the White House retracted.
Are you saying that there are no Israelis being killed by Hamas soldiers or Palestine?
No. Again, wording has a meaning. Did I mention that no killed? Or I'm talking about
the specific ones?
Because in the war, everyone is losing. But in the war, there should not be genocide. It should not be crime against humanity. Is anyone can prove that? Anyone can prove that the Palestinians
no, I said it yesterday.
Cut the head of that.
I'm looking at something. As of yesterday, France 24 international media organizations are reporting that more than 100 civilians were massacred by Hamas soldiers at kibbutz.
Let us again. This is one of the many Western media outlets that still and will continue to distribute and support the Israeli occupation. The question is, me or you, or this channel use, who gonna prove that there is a massacre conducted? This should be an intergovernmental special body created by the UN, African Union, to inquire commission to inquire what is happening. Likewise, every war, the United Nations Human Rights Council and all of these intergovernmental bodies creating international inquiry commission. Let us wait till there is an international inquiry commission. Let us add a call for the African Union to be part of this. Let us call for the Nigerian, very respectful press who's working in the press sector and the media sector to create their investigation commission and to come to there. If it has happened, and God forbid if it has happened, anyone did this unhuman issue should be jailed, not only jailed, should be punished, and with all the means of punishment. But did Israel ready to accept any international inquiry commission? No, because already 2 years or 3 years ago, the Human Rights Council created and established another commission for investigation, another inquiry commission to investigate what is happening. They did not allow anyone to enter to the occupied Palestinian territory. So it's not a matter of whom is going to deliver those lies. It's a matter of who's going to investigate and to be very frank and to be very neutral to investigate, then to issue an official report. And once it issues this report, everyone should stand to apply what is the consequence of this report. This is very important.
You mentioned the United Nations and other international organizations like the African Union. Are you satisfied with their responses to this ongoing war?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately,
what would you have them?
Let me tell you just something very personal. I'm the son of the United Nations. I spent there 8 years. The Security Council is a complete paralyzed body. When it came to the Israeli-Palestinian issue, it's a dead body, nothing, worthless. I was there, personally, I was there. I attended a lot of meetings there. When there is something, yesterday, they did not succeed to issue even a press release about what is happening. All of these massacres did not succeed. But this is a completely, at least the Security Council, a complete paralyzed body. Why? Because the United States is there. The United States of America is given the Israeli occupation full immunity, unlimited, unequivocal, unconditional support, especially there. United States of America, according to the statistic, I'm not pretty sure about the exact numbering, used the veto approximately 85 times in the Security Council. More than half of it against the Palestinian people. This is the Security Council. So when it came to those type of bodies, we know that there is a big father there who gonna decide what is happening in the world. But if this issue happened to other place in the world, then this body will be very effective and will take some decision and sometimes take a very active and very direct decision. But since this is related to the Israeli occupation.
With regard to the humanitarian crisis, expectedly, that has followed this war, we know that aid was denied the people of Palestine because of the war, even though Egypt says that there's no blockade at the Rafah border. There are just concerns about airstrike. But we also hear now that there are trucks at the border trying to get into Gaza. Are you satisfied with how...
No, that shows why. No, again, this is what did you see on the media or what it used to publish. But what is happening there since the beginning of this escalation, Israel, supported by many other countries, Western countries for sure, is trying to create another Nakba. Nakba means what happened to us in 1948. We call it Nakba, and Nakba. Israel, with their supporter, or the occupation club, is trying to create another Nakba. They are very clear with the Egyptian, you should open the gates to let the Palestinian immigrate again or to become forcefully to leave Gaza again. Could you imagine? 2.2 million, they wanted them to leave Gaza. This is the point. But what is happening to the aid, I think there is a lot. No, we did not doubt what is the Egyptian government, President Sisi is doing to help and to assist the Palestinian people in Gaza.
No, I listened to the U.S. president say that he will advise Israel or not allow Israel to occupy Gaza again. Does that sound encouraging?
Okay, but he's supporting Israel in occupying. Gaza is under occupation by the international law. It's under occupation. It's still under the Israeli occupation. Gaza under the siege, the complete siege since 16 years. Gaza, you cannot you cannot use the sea. You cannot create your airport there. You cannot use the border. So that Gaza, according to the international law, is under the occupation. The question is, if he did not want them to occupy Gaza, this means that they are not occupying Gaza. No, this is as someone is trying to throw the ash in the eyes. Gaza is under the Israeli occupation. If he did not to do so, why he sent from the very first day the aircraft holder? Could you imagine to send to Gaza to support the Israeli against 2.2 civilian enclave civilian?
Basically because they're allies with Israel?
Oh, not the Godfather.
Your allies.
For example, no, it's not only because they are allies. There is something more than the allies. Or if you want, you can invite me later on after this war, and I'm going to explain more than this. Okay. But the question is, they did not want to occupy it. He did not want to support them to occupy Gaza, which is according to the United Nations, international law, everything is still under the Israeli occupation. But he allowed them to, or accepting their occupation, accepting Israel to continue with his occupation to West Bank and East Jerusalem. Where is the logic? Accepting Israel to continue occupying the Golan Heights. Where is the logic?
So this takes me to the very first question I asked you.
No, this is...
With regard to President Biden's visit to Israel.
With all due respect to the United States of America and the people that spent there 8 years, and it's a very nice country, the question is, he himself distributed or shared, and you know he have his Instagram and all of the Twitter, X, which is X. He used to distribute and to repeat the same exact lies that he took it from Benjamin Netanyahu, the big liar. Benjamin Netanyahu, according to the Israeli media, according to his people, not me. I'm not here to judge him when it came to the person. They call him the big liar. He repeated, Mr. Joe Biden repeated the same exact lies that then less than 24 hours after that, the White House was retracted. But after what? After he justified the killing, the mass massacre, when you, in your position as a president of the very big country, of the godfather of the world these days, to say that the Palestinian, or to repeat what Netanyahu mentioned regarding all the lies, which is rape the women and burn the babies, cut their head, and shooting or kill the father, the parents before their children. To repeat it, it's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous.
You think that was unverified?
No, the White House itself retracted it. Yes, it's not me. Just Google it. The White House retracted it, not us. We, the Palestinians, denied, and still, to have the platform to tell our story. This for you personally, Terry. This is the first time that you met with a Palestinian, yes or not?
Yes.
And it might not be the... I'm not pretty sure whether you're going to invite me.
I will invite you.
Please. Yeah. But this is the first time ever we, the Palestinians, to have the ability to deliver our message, at least in the, in the South. Message? But in the our message to tell our part of this story. But in the Western media, I can assure you, many of my colleagues, ambassadors in many Western countries, begging to have just a simple interview. They completely block. We should not tell our story.
Ambassador Abdallah Shawish, I'd like to thank you very much for coming, and I'd like for us to have another conversation on this. And we could perhaps, you have a lot of narratives that you believe are false, and I'm hoping that you could spread the ones that you believe are true. But thank you very much for your time on Political Paradigm.
Thank you so much for having me.
I've been speaking with the Palestinian ambassador to Nigeria, Abdallah Shawish. We've been talking about the Israel-Palestinian war, as he put it, insisting that the war is between Israel and Palestine and not Hamas specifically. If you'd like to catch up on this and more, please go to channelstv.com or go to YouTube and search Political Paradigm. Thank you very much for your time. I'm Terry Ikumi. Goodbye.